Okay, so this is the first lecture of our Python crash course. I am introducing one crash course of Python. Uh, today is the Today I will tell you about the scratch to loops. Okay, first I will discuss about what is programming language and what is Python and all about. After that I will tell about you the variables and data types. Okay, then we will solve some questions. Then some operators like arithmetic operator, logical operator and all. Then we'll move to the conditional statements, solve some exercise, then loops, and this is the basics of Python. Okay, so what is Python? Truth to be told, any kind of programming language, if I talking about any kind of programming language, you can consider Python is one of the powerful language. Why Python is one of the powerful language? Because Python is interpretable language. अच्छा, मेरा ये वन नोट विजिट हो रहा है ना, जो अभी मैं लिख रहा हूँ, एक बार कंफर्म करो फ्रॉम योर एंड. हेलो दिख रहा है ना? ओके, थैंक यू. सो एनी प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज, there are lots of programming language in computers. C, C++, Java, Python, Bash, front, देन उसके बाद HTML, CSS, बहुत सारे प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज है. नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज व्हाई पाइथन, why we are using Python in this world currently. Currently Python is booming. Everywhere Python is being used. I have remembered when I was working in ISAR, there was a course in formal verification. Okay, what is formal verification? Like we have ATM machine. We all know about the plane crash in Ahmedabad. So each and every flight there was a software. It is called the ATC, which is controlled from the ATC. The each and every software, अगर तुम वो सॉफ्टवेयर के अंदर जाओगे, if I went to enter into the software, any kind of software, if you even I can show you the MS Word, MS Office, each and every software, your operating system also is a software. If you can open your operating system, there are 1,000 lines of codes are there, each and every software. Now the point is whether the code is valid or invalid. Who will decide? You, me? No, there is a complete section is there that is called formal verification. So mathematically or logically we will verify whether the software is valid or not, whether the software will work for how many days or how many years or not. So on the formal verification, previously when I started working, it was completely in C++. But nowadays, each and every professor in the formal verification group, they are using Python. I asked one of the professor, why you are using Python? Then he simply replied, when we have a powerful programming languages which have decent amount of libraries which has parallelism, why should not I see it? So the main usage of Python are the powerfulness, the libraries, the efficiency, the readableness, everything in Python is very easy. Python is like an English statement language. If I write a C program, it will almost machine level language. What is machine level language? Machine level language means we are writing a program. What is program? Program means a set of instruction. Program means a set of instruction which we are executing. Now I am setting this set of instruction with whom? For whom we are setting this instruction? For communicating with the computer, right? Suppose I am communicating with you, I am communicating in English language. Similarly, we want to communicate with computer. Why we want to communicate with computer? Because we want to solve set of problems, set of data science projects, set of coding stuffs. So computer also need to understand our language. But computer cannot understand Hindi, computer cannot understand English, computer cannot understand Marathi, computer cannot understand Bengali. What computer understand? Computer can understand only one language, that is called binary. Computer can understand only one language, that is binary, which is either 0 or 1. But I cannot write any statement in non 0 and 1. I am writing in simple English statement. Now there is a necessary of something which will convert our English like statement into binary, which computer can understand. Now after the processing of the computer, when computer will generate the result, which is also present in binary, now another the software will present, which will convert the binary result into simple English like statement. That is the natural language processing we are working in current days. What we are doing in natural language processing? Simple English statement which is converting into zeros and ones, computer processing it, it will generate again the result in binary, again the natural language model converts into the English. Now we are developing the natural language model in several other languages. It is present in Bengali, it is present in Marathi, it is present in Urdu. Every language the natural language models are present. So what is programming language? Programming language is simple one kind of language through which we can communicate with computer. Now you can ask me, Rohan can ask me, Devashi were telling that through programming language we can communicate with the computer. Now you already told me that Python is English like statement. Now how computer can understand the English like statement? Now that is the glitch again present here. So between a Python program and between Python program and computer, there is something which will convert those Python program into zeros and ones. The software is called interpreter. Okay, so Python is an interpretable language. Python is a interpretable language. What do you mean by interpretable language? Interpretable language means the programming language which used by interpreter. Now what is interpreter? Interpreter is nothing but a software. Interpreter is nothing but a software which will interpreter is nothing but a software which will convert. Interpreter is nothing but a software which will convert your Python program into machine language. What is machine language? Machine language is the language which is understandable by computer. Which is understandable by computer. Now what is computer? Computer is nothing but the processor. I am talking about, not your big PC, not your big laptop. That all of the big PC laptop we are showing, that is the application of computer. What is computer? Computer is nothing but the processor. Your i5 generation 10, your AMD Radeon 5 or something. My Apple is using the M1 processor or M2 processor or M3 processor. That processor itself I am referring as a computer. Okay. So till now what we have watched so far, Python is a programming language. What is a programming language? The language by which we are communicating with computer. That is processor. Now the question here is computer understand our Python programming language? No. Someone in between Python and computer which will convert the Python to machine language which is understandable by computer. Now computer is processing the operations which will provide. It will doing our coding stuff. It will generate the result. Now the generation of the result which is also in binary, and the interpreter again converts the binary result into our English like statement. Now the entire process which I have been, told so far, it is almost take 15 minutes. Now you can ask me, Devarshi, how much our computer is fast? That I have written 1,000 lines of code, and computer is processing it. First, it is processing it in the machine language. From the machine language, it is processing it in the binary. Then the binary bits are processed by the computer. Computer generates another binary bits. Another binary bit is again processed through a machine language. Then machine language is converted into our English like statement, and this whole work has been done in fraction of second. Like if you if you write print hello world, it will take almost nanosecond for just printing. Now just imagine how your computer is super fast. Just imagine the whole things, the whole pipeline. This is called pipeline. The whole pipeline which I have discussed till now, and in this pipeline there are also sub stages are there, which has been taught in computer architecture. I don't want to go in on that topic, which is not required all of it. But just imagine there are 100 steps are there in the 5 stages, and all stages have been executed just in a fraction of second. Now again you can ask from a physics perspective or from electronics perspective that can you please explain me how this much of faster execution can happen? Why computer is getting this fastness? That is completely related to the electronic subject. Like we are using faster cache memory. Cache memory is building up the transistor. Already we have studied in our class 12 physics what is transistor, MOS, CMOS, MOSFET. Okay, so I don't want to go this kind of stuff, but I hope till now you have cleared what is programming language, why programming language, and how programming language is communicating with computer, and how computer is replying with us, and how the programmer perspective, what is the perspective of a programmer while writing a code. I hope this is clear to you. In which part is not clearer to you, please tell me, but I don't want to go into deeper because this is not our topic. Hi, are you there? Okay. So I am proceeding for the coding stuffs. So the first thing which is being taught in our programming language, that is variable. In any programming language you study, it is variable. Okay. So already you have studied that Python is an interpretable language. So the interpreter is playing the key role here. Okay. So if I declare any variable a assigned with 5. Okay. So if I declare a variable a assigned with 5, immediately if we execute it, interpreter will execute the statement. Then in memory, suppose I am holding the memory location is 4505. In this memory location, the value will be 5 will be stored, and a is the variable which is holding this memory location. Or you can also tell the vice versa. The memory location for 4505 is holding the variable a, and a is holding the value 5. You can also say like that. Okay, no issue on that. But if I say only a, and if you execute, Python will not respond. It will throw an error. Okay, so specifically you have to mention which type of variable you are defining. If you write a assigned with 5, that means it is an integer type. If you write a assigned with 5.5, then it is float. If you write a assigned with d, then it is a character. If you write a assigned with polity daily, then it will a string type. So these are all various kind of data types present in Python. I have just mentioned few of them. You can check in Google. Now the point here, you can ask one question that ये करना ही पड़ेगा कि हम लोग जब वेरिएबल लिख रहा हो, आई हैव टू असाइन समथिंग व्हेनेवर आई डिफाइन. दिस इज कॉल्ड वेरिएबल डिक्लेरेशन. सपोज आई हैव रिटन ओनली ए but I have not assigned anything. This is called variable declaration. मैं yes. Difference between string and character. See, character is a single letter. In a single letter, it is a character. In a single letter, it is a character. But array of characters. An array of character like triple IT, Delhi. It is an array of character. You can consider as a list. It is considered as a list. You can consider as a list. So each and every element of a string is a character. Each and every element in string is a character. So multiple characters are forming one string. Even you can write 1 2 space underscore colon 3, everything as a character. Suppose I am writing RD assign with 123 triple IIT Delhi space Pune underscore India. The whole thing is a string, and each and every letter in this string is a character. Here 1 is a character. Here 2 is a character. Now you can ask me, how did you recognize it is a character? Because each and every character has a ASCII value. What is ASCII value? ASCII full form is American Standards Code for Information Interchange. What is this? During World War II, USA wants to provide a secret on their communication. Okay, they wants to provide a secret. Suppose I am telling you that Rohan, you are a good boy. So this is a statement. Rohan, you are a good boy. This is an English statement. But I don't want to send this English statement. I want to code it through some digit, through some mechanism. Like Rohan is categorized as 65. Is categorized by 2. So ऐसे करके, like Rohan, you are a good boy. You are a good boy. So Rohan is coded by 65. Why you are, it is coded by something else. Suppose I am considering 98. A is coded by 1, good is coded by 100, and boy is coded by 35, and exclamation is coded by 10. Now this is the one code: 65, 98, 1, 100, 35, 10. Now I have coded it randomly, but there are some rules are there. I am not going on to that rule. This rule has been taught in cryptography. That is another subject. It is another research area in computer science. So I have just randomly allocated, but there are some rules by which you can each and every character you can represent it in a code. Code means is a number. So the rule has been decided by the sender and the receiver. मतलब जो दोनों बैठा हुआ है कम्युनिकेशन पे, सेंडर एंड रिसीवर, ये दोनों के पास वो रूल है. So when sender will send this code to the receiver, only receiver can decode it. In between anyone, if he or she can see this code without the formula, he or she cannot break it. That is called secret communication. So during the World War II, USA invented this kind of secret communication through the ASCII. ASCII means American Standards Code for Information Interchange. So in this ASCII value, you can search in Google also, each and every character in your keyboard फ्रॉम एस्केप से लेकर एकदम लास्ट तक, each and every character in your keyboard has an ASCII value which is completely pre-decided. You can print it like capital A, its ASCII value is 65, small a is ASCII value is 97. तो a के बाद b जब आएगा 66 होगा, ऐसे करके a के स्मॉल a के बाद b जब आएगा 98 होगा. So that's why it is processed. Suppose space is also a character. Suppose one का ASCII value शायद 47 है, शायद, I have not remembered. It is not I am not able to remember, but you can check it also. You can check it in Python also for the ASCII value. There are certain kind of commands in there. You can search in Google or ChatGPT. They will provide the information. So where we are? Yes, exactly. So each and every character forms a string as a list or as a array, and we can actually computer cannot understand this A, B, C, even cannot understand the English word. So first the machine language is in the ASCII, then the ASCII value is converted into the binary, then computer is processing in the binary, then it is again the ASCII, then again it is the English text which we are processing now. Like in our DNA sequence also, like A, T, G, C, everything has been first converted into the ASCII, then it is converted into the binary, then computer is processing it, then again it is converted into the ASCII, then again you are seeing the result. This is the whole internal structure. I hope, Rohan, your doubt has been cleared, right? Thank you. So where we are declaring a variable. We are declaring a variable but not defining it. Now you can ask me, what is the difference between variable declaration and definition? When I write a assigned with 5, that is called variable definition. Variable definition. So variable definition means by default it is a declaration. But variable declaration does not imply it is variable definition until or unless you are assigning some value, whether it is a float, character, double, integer, string, whatever. Until or unless you are assigning some value over a variable, you cannot say your variable has been defined. So two terms are here. One is variable declaration, another one is variable definition. Those two terms are completely different. Okay. So I am just taking you into the C language concepts because it is required to know. In C language, C is very similar to the machine level language. In C, there is a clear difference between variable declaration and definition. Suppose you want to declare a variable in C, you have to explicitly mention which type of variable you are defining. Int A, char B, float C, double D. So this is one kind of variable declaration in C programming language, where you have to declare the data type. This is called data type. Which type of data you are working with. Understood? So which type of data you are working with, you have to mention priorly in case of C. So in C programming language, the variable declaration will not throw an error. You can assign the value later. Suppose in your at the first of your program, you have defined this kind of variable, declared this kind of variable. After that, you can define it. Like I am assigning A assigned with 5, B assigned with A. It is A character, not this A. This is integer, this is character. C assigned with 5.5, D assigned with 98.8. You can define. Now this is called variable definition. Till now it is declaration, after that it is definition. But in case of Python is very intelligent. वो क्या बोल रहा है कि नहीं, मैं इतना बड़ा कुछ काम नहीं कर पाऊंगा. अगर तुमको वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर करना है, पहले ही तुमको डिफाइन करो which type of data type you are want. तो अगर तुमको इंटीजर चाहिए, ए असाइन विथ 5. अगर तुमको फ्लोट चाहिए, ए असाइन विथ 5.5. अगर तुमको कैरेक्टर चाहिए, yes I need normal character. So you have to declare and define in a single statement. That is the powerfulness of Python. Without this definition, the Python code will not work. That is the first and foremost. I think it has been clear to you. Now we are first statement, which all over from any kind of programming language, if you want to learn, so the first statement we are running, print hello world. Right, print hello world. सबको मतलब मैं भी जब फर्स्ट टाइम प्रोग्रामिंग सीखे थे, I learned in bash. Okay, so I also wrote those statement pf hello world. Now the question arises here, what is this? अगर जो एकदम लेमैन है, जिसको प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज कभी भी नहीं किए थे, अगर मैं उसको दिया हो, डेफिनेटली ही और शी, अगर मेरे पास कोई आया, कोई बंदा आया, मेरे को बोला कि एग्जीक्यूट करो, आई विल आस्क व्हाट इज दिस. दिस इज कॉल्ड user defined function. User defined function. Now what is user defined function? Sorry, this is system defined function. Sorry. This is system defined function. Another type of function is there, which is user defined function, which already we have taught in our class. What is system defined function? System defined function is Python. What is Python? Already I have shown you Python software which has been installed in your system. You have to download the software, then you have to install it. So you can open the software in Git repository. There are some ways are there. I will show you later. There are lakhs of lines of codes are there in Python software. On the Python software, there are some special codes are there, which are the special function that is called system defined function. Simple. In Python software, there are some codes which is pre-written for user, for their beneficiary, like print. Print is a function. What it will do? It is doing whatever we will given to print. It will show the output in our screen. So you can open the print function also. You can search in ChatGPT, give me the code for print function which is used in the Python software. It will give you the code. So this is called system defined function, which is already present. And what is user defined function? Which we will define by ourselves. That's def, then function name, actual parameter, forward parameter. Already I have discussed something about you in our classes. No, don't worry, I will again discuss the same things in our tutorial classes also. So this is the first statement which we have executed till now. What is variable? Variable is nothing but the data. Variable is nothing but something where the data has been stored, and we have to define the variables and all. Variables are multiple of type: integer, float, character, string. If I declare any variable, if I define any variable, so it must be stored somewhere in our memory, that the memory address is present. Like तुम्हारा घर का address है, मेरा घर का address है, ऐसा ही variable का भी address है, where it is in the memory. Simple, very simple. Now there are no rocket science here. Then after that, what are the differences between declaration and definition? I have discussed. After that, I have discussed what is user defined function and system defined function. Like I have already we have used in your classes input. What does input does? Input takes the user input from the keyboard. You are taking input, then the computer is processing. So input is also an user defined function. Like typecasting. During typecasting, we are typecast the int, char, float. These are all user defined function. Sometimes it is also called method. Now what is function, what is method? That I will tell you later in the function module. Okay, there are some beautiful concepts out there. What is function and what is method? How to distinguish between them? Till now, any doubt in the theoretical aspect? Now, so after that I will show some coding stuff. Any doubt? Okay. Is my Visual Studio Code is visible to all of you? Okay. So this is the first. How many types of variables are there? Boolean, string, float, integer. I can execute it. Okay. So the first exercise which I have written here: create variables to store your name, age, and whether you are a student. Then print them. Try it by yourself. Okay. This exercise, try it by yourself. जो मन में आ रहा है लिखो कोड. Whatever you are thinking, write it down. First write it in your copy, then write it in your Python notebook. Okay, simply click here code, then you can start writing here. Okay, whatever the exercise I will provide you, below that you just click in the code section. It will create a box and execute it. How to execute a box? Shift enter मारोगे तो box execute हो जाएगा. Before executing any IPNB file, look at this. Without selecting the kernel, don't try to execute anything. Selecting the kernel. For Rohan, your kernel is PY312. For Ashwini, it will be PY313. Check it from yourself and let me confirm. Okay. And इसके बाद जो आता है बेसिक ऑपरेटर एंड ऑपरेशंस. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय ऑपरेटर? ऑपरेट उसका मतलब क्या भाई? जो ऑपरेट कर रहा है, लाइक बाइनरी ऑपरेटर, ट्राइनरी ऑपरेटर, क्वाटरनरी ऑपरेटर. हम लोग का जो काम होगा, द वर्क विल डू टिल नाउ, हैव टू बी डन टिल नाउ, it is related to the binary operator. Okay, ternary operator is there. Already we have done ternary operator in our R programming classes. Do you remember the if else clause in ternary, in R statement? if else उसके अंदर एक एक्स ग्रेटर, हाँ, तो उसके अंदर क्या कर रहे हैं हम लोग? टर्नरी ऑपरेटर कर रहे हो. इफ एल्स उसके अंदर हम लोग लिख रहे हैं कि एक्स ग्रेटर देन 3.0 0.3, देन if it is true, value is this. If it is false, value is this. If else is not a ternary operator, but the statement is behaving like a ternary operator. Okay, I will discuss it later. So this is basic addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, integer division, right? Huh. What is the division and integer division and modulus division? You can see it clearly. So 15 divided by 4, the result is 3.75. The value is coming in float. This is a normal division. In case of integer division, what we are doing here? Double slash use कर रहा हूँ. Integer division means it will extract only the integer part from this float. Okay, I hope that normal division, you can consider it as a float division also. So the float division and integer division has been cleared. What is modulus? Modulus means it throws the remainder. If I divide 15 by 4, what will be the remainder? 3 4s are 12. 15 minus 12 is 3. That's why it is modulus is 3. Okay, we can check the various modulus here. Suppose 10 mod 3, it will return 1. Why return 1? Because 3 3s are 9, 10 minus 9, remainder 1. Now I can write 10 mod 10, it is remainder is 0, because 10 ones are 10, 10 minus 10 is 0, remainder is 0. Now Rohan can ask me one thing. Devashi, you are making proper division. If I do something 5 mod 8, what will be the remainder? I can do 8 mod 5. 8 mod 5 I can do. It will return 3. 5 ones are 5, 8 minus 5, 3. But Rohan can ask me that Devashi, if I convert it 5 mod 3, 5 mod 8, it will return 5. Why it will return, why it is written 5? Please think from your side. I want this answer from you. If you perform modulus where the divisor is less than the dividend, the divisor returns itself. Why it is happening? There is no coding here. There is the mathematical logic present. Think from your side. Take some time, and please provide me the answer. Just phone. হ্যাঁ বলো বলো।
কোথায়?
হ্যাঁ রুমে আছি গো।
ও আচ্ছা, খেয়ে সন্ধ্যাবেলা চা ফা খাবে না নাকি?
চা ফা কখন বেরোবে বলো?
এই তো বেরোলাম আমরা।
10-15 মিনিট হবে হাতে, 10 মিনিটের মধ্যে আসছি।
ঠিক আছে।
কোথায় বসছো তোমরা চা খেতে?
আমরা তো মেসে যাচ্ছি।
ঠিক আছে আমি এসে আসছি।
দেখি।
আচ্ছা রাজেশ দার দোকানে যেতাম ভাবছিলাম। ঠিক আছে
ঠিক
তোমরা আসো, আমি 6টা 10-এর মধ্যে আসছি।
আছে।
হ্যাঁ। So it is returning what Rohan is telling. It is perfect. It is returning the dividend. Why it is returning the dividend? Why? What is the logic behind it? Ashwini, I am expecting the answer from you. We have answered you have solved almost all questions which is provided by Sigam sir. This is a basic thing, yaar. सोचो। मैं जब नॉर्मल मॉड्यूलस कर रहा था उस टाइम क्या कर रहा था? सपोज 10 mod 3 क्या कर रहा था उस टाइम? 10 डिवाइडेड बाय 3, राइट? 10 डिवाइडेड बाय 3, 3 3 सर 9, 10 minus 9 1। उल्टा करो ना। अगर मैं 3 mod 10 करूं, what does it mean actually? What does it mean? Tell me. मैं जब if I write 3 mod 10, it is returning 3. Where is 9? No, 9 is present. Listen, Ashwini, where are you? Exactly. This is the perfect answer. वो कंप्लीट तो डिवाइड ही नहीं हो रहा है। हम लोग जब 10 mod 3 कर रहा हूँ, we are divide 10 3 times. That's why it is remainder is 1. बट मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, 3 को डिवाइड कर रहा हूँ कहाँ से? 10 से। हो कभी भी हो सकता है, कभी भी नहीं हो सकता है वो। That's why it is returning 3. It's a simple question. Thank you, Ashwini. रोहन समझ में आया भाई? Yeah. So these are all the modulus operator. This is very crucial in computer programming because in your data science projects also you will find there are lots of small statements are there where you are using the modulus. Now there are some conditional statements are there, that is if and else. What does it mean? Always remember this code. Always remember this code, what I am written here. If true, print this is true. Elif false, print this is false. Else, print this is else. Execute it. This is true. That means always if statement is executing. If you execute this code, always the first statement, this print has been executed. Now if I write if false, if true, this is false, else. Okay, now execute this code. Now this print has been executed. Second print, right? Now I am writing this code. Watch it. Always remember this three code. Always. It will give you the clear idea. And now this time this block is this print has been executed. So what actually happens here? If a condition is true, that means that block will execute. So you have watched one line here, right? You have watched one line here. This is called the scope or block. This is the if block. This is in the if block. This is in the elif block. Elif means else plus if. This is in the else block. So if it is the condition itself is true. I actually manipulate it. The condition itself is true. तो भाई यही execute होगा क्योंकि यही condition true है. That means elif and else block will never execute it. Now if false, the condition is false. The condition itself is false. If condition is false, then it will check in the elif section. Elif is true. If elif is true, then this statement will execute. It will never come into this. If condition is false, condition is by default false. If will never execute. Elif condition is by default false. Elif will never execute. Then else. जब if block execute नहीं हो रहा है, elif execute नहीं हो रहा है, then else will execute. That's all about conditional statement. Nothing is present. You have to define a condition. If it is true, it will execute. If it is not true, then the remaining will execute. That's all. Try this. I have written some examples here. One coding exercise here. I will provide another coding examples. And उसके बाद loops वगैरह है. We will start loops from the next class. I hope the session is helpful. If you have any doubt, reach out to me in WhatsApp. Okay, we will discuss everything in WhatsApp in the group. Yeah, don't mention it every time that thank you, these kind of stuff. I don't like any formality from you because I also need your help from the biology aspect. Tomorrow I'll sit with you from the Vivo slide, all the slides with me. Okay, I have collected from each and every slide. You will make me understand what is happening. Okay, I will share with you. Yes, sure. I will share with you on the programming for medicine. Okay, I will share with you at night. Okay, bye.